Imagine waking up to read the news that war had broken out, or public versus private education was no longer an option, or perhaps even the Constitution itself had been replaced. Now, think back to the 2012 presidential election, which maybe you didn't bother to vote in, or if you did vote, you didn't know who the candidate were, or what their platform was. From a young age, I've always understood the importance of exercising your right to vote. And as I got older and became more involved with political organizations, I also understood the lack of interest in politics of youth today and the lack of getting out and voting. To begin with, my personal political experiences have shaped my understanding of the importance of knowing what the voting process is and who's up for grabs. To begin with, CivicYouth.org reported that youth between the ages of 18 and 29 voter turnout rose to 51% in 2008. And yet, even with a 51% turnout, there's still a good 49% that isn't going out and voting. And why is this? Furthermore, only 36% of those youth have a college education. And while yes, 62% of the youth do have a college education, where is that other 49% that isn't getting out and voting? Why would you want to miss such an opportunity to get out and vote and elect the leader and choose what you want your future to look like? PoliticalEconomy.com reports in the article, "I Don't Care About Politics," that many youth these days don't even care. Votes do not matter. They are saying they feel their vote will not count. My rebuttal is major elections have been determined by a few votes. Yes, your vote does matter, and there is free will. The 2012 presidential election will be determined by a close margin. Well, what if you were that close margin? Would you just go ahead and skip out on election day and then not even bother to see if you made a difference? You could be the difference of who the next president of the United States of America is. And who is this they, you might wonder? You, me, our fellow classmates? We matter. We decide our future. We choose our future paths and our future leader. And we must get out and vote, which is why understanding who the candidates are, what their platforms are, and what tactics they're using for pandering is also crucial. Before getting out to vote, understanding who the candidates are and what they stand for is essential. This lack of interest of our generation is going ahead and just causing confusion, and this confusion is making us not want to get out there and vote. Jessica Schnoeg wrote in her article, "Youth votes will drop significantly in 2012 election." A freshman at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Irina Karinas, 19, shares the same sentiment. "I pretty much know Callie will vote for Obama," she said. "I'm also not voting because I haven't had the time to keep up with the details of the election." This, I believe, is really just an excuse for not even bothering to try to find out information. As a technical generation so in tune with the internet and the media, we have all this information at our fingertips. If you just pull out your phone, your computer, the TV, even your gaming systems, you can keep in touch with what's going on with the election. In fact, if you've even so much gone on the internet or turned your TV on in the last couple weeks, you've probably seen President Obama's views on pandering and just how he's acting out on this. USA Today's Dwayne Wickham wrote in his article, "In ethnic pandering, Obama can't top Reagan." He says, "It is a good bet history will remember this presidential election as one in which a candidate faced with polls that showed the contest was too close to call, that he shamelessly pandered to one of his party's contingencies." Well, what exactly is pandering, you're wondering? Pandering is when a political opponent goes ahead and caters to a specific interest group, such as ourselves, by promising, say, lower taxes or lower gas prices or even free health care. And this is why you need to go ahead and pay attention to who your candidate is and look exactly who you feel is best to vote for. My personal experiences have aided me in understanding the importance of voting and the candidates and the candidates and what they stand for. Such an understanding reminds me to get out and vote, no matter what I have going on that day. If you don't use your right to vote, who knows what the future will hold? Like the tide comes and goes, I hope young adults will do the same in the 2012 election.